Hey, welcome everybody. I hope you all enjoyed your groundhog yesterday. We went with the traditional oven roasted groundhog in my household. I've been tempted the last several years to try the deep fried one. Uh, Seems to be very popular the last several years. But you hear those stories about people burning down their garages or whatever every Groundhog Day. So we went with the classic oven roasted groundhog. Anyway, uh, Punxsutawney Phil, I guess, did see his shadow yesterday, right? Which means absolutely nothing, I think, because it's all nonsense. But anyway, I have a first round tonight, all about shadows in honor of Groundhog Day yesterday. But before we jump into that, let's go over how this works, just in case we have any new teams playing with us. I'm going to ask you 8 rounds of trivia questions, 7 questions per round. Every question just worth 1 point. I try to make the math easy for myself. That is, until we get to our final round, 2 points apiece for the questions in the final round. We usually have some teams who play solo. We usually have some teams playing with their household. We also typically have some teams who play as a socially distanced team, using whatever technology they can sort out to play together. However you are joining us, welcome. You are, of course, welcome to play along passively just to see how much you know, but if you want to be part of our real-time competition, I do need you to use my answer forms to submit your answers. And you can access those sheets in one of 2 ways. If you're on a computer, the easiest thing is just to click on that link in the video description down below. If, on the other hand, you are sharing your screen with a group or you're playing on your TV or something like that, it might be easier for one member of your team to use their phone to submit the answers, in which case you can hold up your camera phone to the QR code next to my head. That'll take you to the same place. So either way you get there, it should be pretty self-explanatory once you have that form pulled up. 2 quick notes about the answer form. It'll make my job scoring your answers a lot easier if you use the same team name from round to round, and if you make sure to select the correct round number, 1 through 8, in the round number drop-down box. You will also notice a bonus round in that round number selection. Some of you, if you played with us last week, or if you follow Parsons North on social media, you may have prepared an answer for a bonus question that had to do with presidential successors. You can submit that response in the bonus line anytime between now and when we come back from our halftime break. All told, this will take about an hour and a half, so we should be done right about 8:30. I think that's all the preliminaries out of the way. Oh, one more thing that I always forget to say. We don't give out prizes for this. And that's just because I don't want to encourage Googling answers for anything other than that bonus question that you had all week to work on. So what we do instead is I will give out a 10% promo code that you can use for your next online order at parsonsnorth.com before the end of the night. So everybody is a winner. Everybody will get 10% off their next order for pickup or delivery. So, okay, that's pretty much all our preliminary stuff then. Let's jump right into round 1 here. Get your answer forms ready for round 1. Questions all about shadows. Here's question number 1. On a notable episode of ABC's Wide World of Sports, Muhammad Ali demonstrated what training exercise with no need for a sparring partner? Question number 1 again. On a notable episode of ABC's Wide World of Sports, Muhammad Ali demonstrated what training exercise with no need for a sparring partner? All these questions, again, have something to do with shadows. Here's number 2. Before directing big-budget superhero movies, Taika Waititi directed what mockumentary about the undead? Question number 2 again. Before directing big-budget superhero movies, Taika Waititi directed what mockumentary about the undead? Question number 3. What is the name of the triangular blade that casts a shadow on a sundial? Question number 3 again. I want you to tell me what is the name of the triangular blade that casts a shadow on a sundial? Question number 4. Since a mountain or mountain range serves as a weather break, the leeward side of the mountain is given what meteorological name? Number 4 again, since a mountain or mountain range serves as a weather break, the leeward side of the mountain is given what meteorological name? Question number 5. A 2016 sequel starring what superhero quartet was subtitled Out of the Shadows? Number 5 again, a 2016 sequel starring what superhero quartet was subtitled Out of the Shadows? Question 6. The psychotic Collins family were the central characters on what Gothic soap opera that ran for over 1,200 episodes? Question 6 again. The psychotic Collins family were the central characters on what Gothic soap opera that ran for over 1,200 episodes? And this is our final shadows question. The Silver Shadow was a model produced from 1965 to 1980 by what luxury auto manufacturer? Question number 7 again. The Silver Shadow was a model produced from 1965 to 1980 by what luxury auto manufacturer? I'm going to put 2 minutes on the clock here. You got 2 minutes to get your answers turned in for round 1. As usual, let me know in the chat if you have any technical difficulties, if you need me to repeat a question, if you have any feedback in terms of category suggestions or technical issues or anything like that. The one thing that I don't want you to put in the chat is the answers. And 2 bonus points for that bonus question if you have that ready. While you're working on that, I do want to draw your attention to the American Stout. That's the beer I'm going to talk to you about tonight. That is back in 4-packs, back in the cans as of a few days ago. Also, what I've got in front of me tonight is the Espresso American Stout, the coffee version of that American Stout. If you like that beer, or if you haven't tried that beer but you want to, I recommend getting it sooner rather than later. We're running low on it, but it is for now available in 4-packs, and you can find it in the seasonal mix pack. And you've got about 30 seconds or so to get those round 1 answers turned in. Started with a little bit of a tougher round tonight, just so I could do shadows first. But go ahead and get those answers for round 1 turned in if you don't have them already, or if I don't have them already. All right, I'd like to welcome all the teams we have playing tonight. So I have responses from, it looks like Not Smart But Can Fart, Pickles, City Socialists, Dennis Reynolds Energy, E-Bright and E-Dumb, Fourth Wheel, Deep Fried Varmint, Pills Nerds, Whiskey Business, Uncle's Squirrels, Bedford Road, Tycho. All right. If I did not read your team name, that's because I did not get an answer form from you for round one. This is your last chance to get that round one answer form turned in. I don't see any more answers popping up here. So I think that means we have 12 teams playing tonight, if I can count correctly, which is not necessarily a given. So welcome to our 12 teams. Let's go over our answers here for round one. Question number one. I said on a notable episode of ABC's Wide World of Sports, Muhammad Ali demonstrated what training exercise with no need for a sparring partner. That was shadow boxing. Question two. Before directing big-budget superhero movies, Taika Waititi directed what mockumentary about the undead? That vampire documentary is What We Do in the Shadows. Question number three. What is the name of the triangular blade that casts a shadow on a sundial? Don't worry about spelling for this one. The answer is gnomon. Gnomon. It's spelled Gnomon. But if you said anything that looks like it might be pronounced close to that, I gave you the point for it. Question number four. Since a mountain or mountain range serves as a weather break, the leeward side of the mountain is given what meteorological name? The leeward side is the side away from the wind, which means away from the weather. That's known as a rain shadow. A rain shadow. Number five. A 2016 sequel starring what superhero quartet was subtitled Out of the Shadows? That was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Number six. The psychotic Collins family were the central characters on what gothic soap opera that ran for over 1,200 episodes? That show called Dark Shadows. And number seven. The Silver Shadow was a model produced from 1965 to 1980 by what luxury auto manufacturer? Rolls-Royce, the manufacturer of the Silver Shadow. No perfect scores that round, but we did have a couple of sixes. So nice work to those teams. Round two tonight, we're just going to keep moving here. Round two is Women in Sports. Today is National Girls and Women in Sports Day, according to whoever decides such things. So I'm going to ask you some questions about girls and women in sports. Go ahead and get your round two answer forms ready. If you need to refresh that page, the easiest way to get back to the top of that answer form is just to click on the link at the bottom that says Submit Another Response. Otherwise, just reload the page or click on that link again, or do whatever you have to do. But this is round two. Here's question number one. Simone Biles, Gabby Douglas, Ali Reisman, Lori Hernandez, and Madison Koshin were the final five, taking home the gymnastics gold at the 2016 Olympics held in what city? Question number one again. Simone Biles, Gabby Douglas, Ali Reisman, Lori Hernandez, and Madison Koshin were the final five, taking home the gymnastics gold at the 2016 Olympics held in what city? Question number two. The Elton John hit Philadelphia Freedom was originally written as a tribute to what tennis star, part of the short-lived tennis team with the same name? That's the same name as the song, not the same name as the person, just in case that was ambiguous. Question number two again. The Elton John hit Philadelphia Freedom was originally written as a tribute to what tennis star, part of the short-lived tennis team with the same name? Question number three. What driver is the only woman to have won an IndyCar Series race? Question 3 again. What driver is the only woman to have won an IndyCar Series race? This is round 2, question number 4. Who holds a women's record 82 victories across all 5 disciplines in the Alpine Ski World Cup, along with 4 overall World Cup titles? Question number 4 again. Who holds a women's record 82 victories across all 5 disciplines in the Alpine Ski World Cup, along with 4 overall World Cup titles? Question number 5. What power forward for the Las Vegas Aces was the 2020 WNBA MVP? Number 5 again. What power forward for the Las Vegas Aces was the 2020 WNBA MVP? Here's number 6. What American midfielder was awarded both the Golden Ball for Best Player and the Golden Boot for Top Goal Scorer at the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup? Number 6 again. What American midfielder was awarded both the Golden Ball for Best Player and the Golden Boot for Top Goal Scorer at the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup? And our final question about women in sports. A team for 11 years, winning 21 consecutive Olympic matches and 3 gold medals, what duo is considered the greatest beach volleyball team of all time? So I need both names for this one. Number 7 again, a team for 11 years, winning 21 consecutive Olympic matches and 3 gold medals. What duo is considered the greatest beach volleyball team of all time? Once again, we're going to put 2 minutes on the clock here. 2 minutes to get your answers in for round 2. Thirty seconds left for your round 2 answers. 30 seconds left to get those answers in for round 2. All right, if I don't have your answers for round 2, go ahead and get those in. think that's all of them. Let's go over our answers here for round 2. Question number 1, I said Simone Biles, Gabby Douglas, Ali Reisman, Laurie Hernandez, and Madison Koshin were the final 5. That was a long question to ask you what city the last Summer Olympics were in. The answer, Rio de Janeiro. Number 2, the Elton John hit Philadelphia Freedom was originally written as a tribute to what tennis star? If you just went straight to women's tennis stars in the 1970s, you probably came up with the correct guess. Billie Jean King is the answer. I did not know that about that song. I don't think there's any tennis references in the song, but supposedly it was a tribute to her. Number 3, what driver is the only woman to have won an IndyCar Series race? Her name is Danica Patrick. Number 4, who holds a women's record 82 victories across all 5 disciplines in the Alpine Ski World Cup, along with 4 overall World Cup titles? Her name is Lindsey Vonn. Number 5, what power forward for the Las Vegas Aces was the 2020 WNBA MVP? That's Asia Wilson. Number 6, what American midfielder was awarded both the Golden Ball for Best Player and the Golden Boot for Top Goal Scorer at the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup? That was Megan Rapinoe. And number 7, I said you had to get both names for this one. A team for 11 years, winning 21 consecutive Olympic matches and 3 gold medals. What duo is considered the greatest beach volleyball team of all time? I think they both got married through sometime in their run. So they started out as Misty May and Carrie Walsh, finishing as Misty May Trainer and Carrie Walsh Jennings. So if you put any of those in there, May and Walsh, or May Trainer and Walsh Jennings, or anything like that, you got the point for that one. We did have a couple of perfect scores that time. Fourth Wheel got 7 out of 7. Deep Fried Varmint got 7 out of 7. And Uncle Squirrels got 7 out of 7. Oh, and I think there's one more here. Pills Nerds also got a perfect score that time. We're going to keep it moving here. Round 3, Nicolas Cage roles. This is our movie round for the night. The way this works, I'm just going to give you a character, a Nicolas Cage character, and you are going to have to tell me what movie that character is from. Pretty straightforward. The only difficult thing about this is that Nicolas Cage has been in approximately 100,000 movies, so narrowing it down will be the challenge here. Here's question number 1 for round 3, Nicolas Cage roles. I want you to tell me what movie Nicolas Cage played terrorist Castor Troy. Question number 1 again is terrorist Castor Troy. Question number 2, military officer Antonio Corelli. Question number 2 again, military officer Antonio Corelli. Here's number 3, Benjamin Franklin Gates. I want you to tell me, in what movie did Nicolas Cage play Benjamin Franklin Gates? Question number 4, stunt performer Johnny Blaze. Number 4 again, stunt performer Johnny Blaze. Question number 5, police officer Edward Malice. Number 5 again is police officer Edward Malice. Number 6 In what movie did Nick Cage play magician Balthazar Blake? Number 6 again, magician Balthazar Blake. And number 7, ex-con H.I. High McDonough. Number 7 again is ex-con H.I. High McDonough. That's it for Nicolas Cage roles. Again, what I want from you is just the name of the movie in which those Nicolas Cage characters appeared. I'm going to put 2 minutes on the clock again. You've got 2 minutes to get your round 3 answers turned into me. "30 seconds left for our movie round. 30 seconds left for your Nick Cage answers. All right, go ahead and get those round 3 answers in if I don't have them already. Reading your answers just reminded me of so many Nicolas Cage movies that I'd forgotten about. Question number 1, terrorist Castor Troy was Nicolas Cage's character in Face Off. Face Off. Although I guess sort of played by John Travolta also, depending on how you count. Number 2, military officer Antonio Corelli was the character from Captain Corelli's Mandolin. Number 3, Benjamin Franklin Gates was Nicolas Cage's character. That's the main character in National Treasure. Or if you put National Treasure 2, that also got the point. Number 4, stunt performer Johnny Blaze. Johnny Blaze was a stunt rider, motorcycle rider, who died or something, or sold his soul, or I don't know the story. It's Ghost Rider is the answer. Number 5, police officer Edward Malice. This was the remake of The Wicker Man. Number 6, magician Balthazar Blake. Did anybody actually see this movie? Disney did a live-action movie of the sequence from Fantasia, The Sorcerer's Apprentice, where Nicolas Cage played the wizard, or the sorcerer. Number 7, ex-con H.I. Hi McDonough. That was his character in Raising Arizona. Raising Arizona, the answer for number 7. I think we just had one team get them all right that time. Fourth Wheel got 7 out of 7 for our Nicolas Cage round. Probably won't be doing a Nicolas Cage round every week, but you never know. He has enough movies. You probably could stretch it out for a while. Round 4, as usual, is going to be our picture round. Our picture round tonight is sort of a geography round. Hopefully you see on the screen in front of you now 7 famous landmarks from around the world. What I want you to do is tell me in what city you can find those landmarks. So if you know the name of the landmark, that's great, but that's not what I want you to write down on your answer sheet. I want you to tell me what city you can find those landmarks in. You got about 4 minutes or so. I'll wait a couple of minutes before I start the 2-minute timer, but 4 minutes to tell me in what city you can find the world landmarks that you see on the screen. Nick says, I actually saw Sorcerer's Apprentice. I think you were one of the few, Nick. I don't think it did very well at the box office. "30 seconds left for round 4. All right, I am taking away the pictures. Go ahead and get those round 4 answers submitted if you haven't done so already. I believe that's all our answers in. Let's put the pictures back up here then and go over our answers for round 4. So number 1, that's the Christ the Redeemer statue. That is in Rio de Janeiro, making its second appearance of the night tonight, Rio. Number 2, that was taken a couple of years ago now when it was famously on fire. That is the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. Paris, the answer for number 2. Number 3, the pyramid complex there at Giza, not too far from Cairo, but Giza is the answer. Number 4, that is the Little Mermaid statue dedicated to Hans Christian Andersen in the harbor there at Copenhagen. Copenhagen, the answer for number 4. Number 5, pretty sure everybody got this one. That's the Sydney Opera House. Sydney, the answer for number 5. Number 6, the Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal you can find in Agra. And number 7 is the Tower Bridge in London. So London, the answer for number 7. Before we take a quick halftime break here, let's check in with our leaderboard. So we've got 12 teams playing tonight. Let's see here. Here we go. Should be popping up, hopefully. Yes, right now City Socialist with 13, Bedford Road with 14, followed by a tie. Pickles and Not Smart But Can Fart both have 15 points. Whiskey Poisonous with 16, 17 points each for Dennis Reynolds Energy and Uncle Squirrels. The Pills Nerds currently have 20, E Bright and E Dumb 22, and then our top 3 at the moment are Tycho with 23, Deep Fried Varmint with 24, and Fourth Wheel currently in the lead with 27 points. We'll take a quick break here, a 5-minute break for our halftime break. By the way, the end of our halftime break is when we'll go over the answer for the bonus round, or for the bonus question. So that's the deadline for getting that bonus response turned in. If you have any very short-term goals, I hope you can accomplish some of them in the next 5 minutes. Either way, I will see you back here in just a couple of minutes, in 5 minutes. All right, welcome back. We're going to move along with our second half of our trivia night tonight. Before we do that, Nate, some of you know Nate. He's one of the owners at Parsons North. He's, more importantly for our for what we're talking about right now, he is the one who handles our social media, and he has asked me to reach out to you guys. I guess he wants some content to post on these trivia days. So he has asked me to reach out to you guys if anybody is interested in taking a photo of their trivia setup, whether that's a picture of you, your screen with a beer in front of it or whatever it is. It's optional whether you want to put yourself in the picture or not, but it would be, ideally it would have a Parsons North beer in the frame and something to do with your setup, how you choose to play trivia. You can email those photos to info@parsonsnorth.com, info@parsonsnorth.com. And if Nate does decide to use one of your photos on our social media page, you will get some yet to be determined prize from the brewery, probably some kind of brewery related merch or swag or something. So if you feel like doing that, helping out our social media team, then something to think about. Before we get started with round 5, which is all going to be about inventions from China, let's go over our bonus answer from last week here. So this is what I asked you at the end of last week. I put a picture there and said the successor to the president pictured shares a name with a luxury brand whose parent company also shares a name with the president. And I want you to tell me the successor to that president. So that is a picture there of James Buchanan. James Buchanan's successor was Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln is the luxury division of Ford Motor Company. Ford, of course, also the name of a president. And the successor to Ford, to Gerald Ford, was Jimmy Carter. So Jimmy Carter is the answer I was looking for the bonus answer from last week. I know that was a little bit convoluted there. And I realized that who was the successor to that president is also a little bit ambiguous. So if you put Benjamin Harrison, I gave you the points. I gave you credit for that, the successor to Lincoln. Okay, let's go back to round 5. 2 bonus points to everybody who got the bonus question this week. By the way, during the scoring of the last round, of our picture round, I neglected to mention that Tycho got a perfect score on our landmarks. So Tycho got 7 out of 7. Congratulations to them on the landmarks. Get your round 5 answer forms ready. Mike says, where do we send photos for social media? It'd be info@Parsons North. So you can email them to info@parsonsnorth.com. Here's round 5, question number 1. These questions, again, all about inventions that were from China originally. Question number 1, the first known recipe for what mixture of saltpeter, sulfur, and charcoal appeared in a Song Dynasty era manuscript? Question number 1, again, the first known recipe for what mixture of saltpeter, sulfur, and charcoal appeared in a Song Dynasty era manuscript? Question 2, an important innovation for what metal objects that date to 2000 BC is an internal clapper that does away with the need for an external hammer? Question 2 again, an important innovation for what metal objects that date to 2000 BC is an internal clapper that does away with the need for an external hammer? Question number 3, the precursors to what securities now controlled by national governments were developed by 7th century merchants who thought that copper was too heavy? Question 3 again, the precursors to what securities now controlled by national governments were developed by 7th century merchants who thought that copper was too heavy? Question number 4. The cultivation of mulberry trees spread alongside the production of what material, which first appeared in China around 6,000 years ago? Number 4 again, the cultivation of mulberry trees spread alongside the production of what material, which first appeared in China around 6,000 years ago? Question number 5. The original uses for what magnetic devices were divination and architecture, not navigation? Question 5 again. The original uses for what magnetic devices were divination and architecture, not navigation? That was number 5. Here's number 6. Warfare tactics changed with the adoption of what support structure that the Chinese developed from a toe loop used by nomads to the metal frame we would recognize today? Number 6 again, warfare tactics changed with the adoption of what support structure that the Chinese developed from a toe loop used by nomads to the metal frame we would recognize today? And our final question about things made in China. Number 7, bone china is one category of what ceramic product that differs from other kinds of pottery by the process of vitrification? Number 7 again, bone china is one category of what ceramic product that differs from other kinds of pottery by a process known as vitrification? That is it for round 5. Once again, I will put 2 minutes on the clock here. 2 minutes to get your answers turned in for round 5. Thirty seconds left for round 5. You got 30 seconds left to get those round 5 answers turned in. All right, go ahead and get those round 5 answers turned in. Looks like we've got all our answers for round 5. Let's go over our answers here for our Made in China category. Question number 1, the first known recipe for what mixture of saltpeter, sulfur, and charcoal appeared in a Song Dynasty era manuscript? That's gunpowder. We're talking about gunpowder. If you put something that uses gunpowder, I went ahead and gave you the point. So fireworks or bombs or something. Those are all inventions that come from China that incorporate gunpowder. So any of those is the answer, or any of those got the point. But the mixture of saltpeter, sulfur, and charcoal is black powder or gunpowder. Number 2, an important innovation for what metal objects that date to 2000 BC is an internal clapper that does away with the need for an external hammer. We're talking about bells. Bells. The first bells you had to hit with a hammer. They didn't have the clapper on the inside. Number 3, the precursors to what securities now controlled by national governments were developed by 7th century merchants who thought that copper was too heavy. It's lighter than copper. It's a lot lighter than copper. We're talking about paper money, banknotes, paper currency. If you put something like that, then I gave you the point. Number 4, the cultivation of mulberry trees spread alongside the production of what material, which first appeared in China around 6,000 years ago, has a road named for it. Silk. Silk is the answer. Mulberry leaves, of course, the food of the silkworms. Number 5, the original uses for what magnetic devices were divination and architecture, not navigation. They weren't used for navigation for a while after that, actually, but they were used... I don't know how they were used for divination, but they were used to align buildings according to feng shui principles, is how they were used in architecture. The answer is compass, compasses. Number 6, warfare tactics changed with the adoption of what support structure that the Chinese developed from a toe loop used by nomads to the metal frame we would recognize today. We're talking about stirrups. Stirrups is the answer, because once they had stirrups, they could fight on horseback. Number 7, bone china is one category of what ceramic product that differs from other kinds of pottery by the process of vitrification. Vitrification means something like turning it to glass. So we're talking about that smooth, shiny, glass-like pottery. Porcelain. Porcelain is the answer for number 7. No perfect scores that time, but lots of 5s and 6s. People did pretty well on that category. As usual, round 6 will be our music round. This is going to work the way it always works. I'm going to play you 7 15 to 20 second clips of popular songs. In this case, I want you to tell me the name of the artist you're listening to, not the song title, the name of the artist. The category is 3-letter artists, so all of these artists will have exactly 3 letters in their names, which should help you narrow it down some. I don't think this will be too tough a one, but here we go with round 6. Question number 1. Again, the category 3-letter artists, and what I want from you is the name of the artist you're about to hear. Here's number 1.
So 1, 2, 3, take my hand and come with me because you look so fine that I really want to make you mine.
That was number 1. This is number 2.
Sometimes I think sitting on trains. Every step I get to, I'm clocking that game. Everyone's a winner, we're making our fame. Bonafide hustler, making my name. All I wanna do is say my name. All I wanna do is...
Here comes number 3.
A scrub is a guy that thinks he's fly and is also known as a buster. Always talking about what he wants and just sits on his broke ass soul.
That was number 3. After number 3 would come number 4.
When your day is long and the night is yours alone. When you're sure you've had enough.
Number 5.
I've seen you around for a long, long time. Yeah. I remember you when you drank my wine. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
Here's number 6. And number 7. We're going to play through all of those one more time. Again, what I'm looking for from you is the name of the artist. Double check that the name of the artist has exactly 3 letters. If it has more than that, it's probably not correct. Here they are again, 3-letter artists. You've got till about a minute after the songs finish playing to get those answers turned in.
Take my hand and come with me because you look so fine that I really want to make you mine.
Sometimes I think sitting on trains. Every step I get to, I'm clocking that game. Everyone's a winner, we're making our fame. Bonafide hustler, making my name. All I wanna do is say you're my name. All I wanna do is
A scrub is a guy that thinks he's flying, is also known as a buster. Always talking about what he wants and just sits on his broke ass soul.
When your day is long and the night is yours alone. When you're sure you've had enough.
I've seen you around for a long, long time. Yeah. I remember you when you drank my wine. Why can't we be friends? 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 And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 senses working overtime. Trying to take this all in. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 senses working overtime.
All right, that's it for round 6. You got a little less than a minute here to get your answers in for our audio round. Go ahead and get your round 6 answers turned in. I think we got all our answers in. We had 3 perfect scores for our 3-letter band names. Looks like, let's see here. Deep Fried Varmint got 7 out of 7. Tycho got all 7 of them, and Pilsnerds 7 out of 7 also on our music round. Let's go over our answers for the music round here. Number 1, that was Are You Gonna Be My Girl? That's by Jet. Jet, the answer for number 1. Number 2 with Paper Planes is MIA. Number 3, that was the intro to No Scrubs. That's by TLC. I feel like everybody got TLC. Number 4, possibly the saddest song of 1993. That's Everybody Hurts. That's by REM. Number 5 was Why Can't We Be Friends? War performed Why Can't We Be Friends. Number 6 with Senses Working Overtime. That's XTC. And number 7, Owner of a Lonely Heart is by Yes. Yes, the answer to number 7. You didn't think that one was a yes or no question. Turned out yes was the answer. We're going to move along to number 7 here. Round 7 is a category that I'm calling In Fishing Color. Feels like half a joke or something. But anyway, there's several species of fish that have colorful names, and that's what I'm going to ask you about. So this is an animals question, all about fish that have colorful names. So go ahead and get your round 7 answer forms ready. And here's number 1. In the 1970s, a National Marine Fisheries Service program changed what fish's name from the less appetizing slime head to one more reflective of its color and texture? Number 1 again. In the 1970s, a National Marine Fisheries Service program changed what fish's name from the less appetizing slime head to one more reflective of its color and texture? Can't believe nobody wanted to eat slime heads, but I guess that's the way it was. Number 2, Lutjanus campechanus is a species better known as the northern what that sounds like it might have a short temper? Number 2 again, Lutjanus campechanus is the species better known as the northern what that sounds like it might have a short temper? Question number 3. What member of the carp family is one of the most popular aquarium pets? Number 3 again. What member of the carp family is one of the most popular aquarium pets? Question number 4. What kind of apex predator did Peter Benchley make famous in a 1974 thriller? Number 4 again, what kind of apex predator did Peter Benchley make famous in a 1974 thriller? Question number 5, on a sushi menu, tuna might be described as having fins with one of what 2 colors? Have to get both of them for the point. For number 5, on a sushi menu, tuna might be described as having fins with one of what 2 colors? Question number 6. Black and blue are the two species of what popular big game fish, which a Hemingway character struggled with? Question 6 again. Black and blue are two species of what popular big game fish, which a Hemingway character struggled with? And our final question about colorful fish. What freshwater salmon relative is named for a red stripe that runs along its side? Unfortunately, it doesn't have green or violet stripes to go with it. Question number 7 again. What freshwater salmon relative is named for a red stripe that runs along its side? Unfortunately, it does not have green or violet stripes to go with it. That's all I've got for our fish category tonight. 2 minutes to get your answers in for round 7. Thirty seconds left for round 7. 30 seconds left to get your fish answers turned in. Go ahead and get those round 7 answers in if I don't have them already. I think we've got just about all of them in here. All right. Let's go over our answers for our penultimate round here, which I called In Fishing Color. Number 1, in the 1970s, a National Marine Fisheries Service program changed what fish's name from the less appetizing slime head to one more reflective of its color and texture. They're actually red if you look at them while they're alive, but they sort of fade to an orange color after they've been dead for a while. Orange Ruffy is the fish. Number 2, Lutejanus campechanus is a species better known as the northern what that sounds like it might have a short temper. That would be the northern red snapper. A red snapper is the answer. Number 3, what member of the carp family is one of the most popular aquarium pets? That's a goldfish. Number 4, what kind of apex predator did Peter Benchley make famous in a 1974 thriller? The 1974 Peter Benchley novel is, of course, Jaws. Jaws is a great white shark. So great white shark is the answer for number 4. Number 5, on a sushi menu, tuna might be described as having fins with one of what 2 colors? Bluefin tuna and yellowfin tuna are the 2 colorful fin types of tuna. Blue and yellow. Had to get both of them for the point for that one, but blue and yellow are the answers. Number 6, black and blue are 2 species of what popular big game fish, which a Hemingway character struggled with? We're talking about the old man in the sea in this one. That was a marlin that Santiago is trying to get back in that novel. Number 7, what freshwater salmon relative is named for a red stripe that runs along its side? And I said, unfortunately, it does not have green or violet stripes to go with it. We're talking about rainbow trout. Rainbow trout is the answer to number 7. I think we had 2 perfect scores for round 7, deep fried varmint and Tycho. Both got 7 out of 7 on our fish round. Let's check it with our leaderboard here before we move on to our final round. Looks like a tight game at the top. Let's see if we can get it up on the screen here. So our top 3 right now, well, we actually have a tie for second place, 43 points for Tycho and Deep Fried Varmint. Ebright and Edum just behind them with 42 points, but Fourth Wheel maintaining their lead, 45 points for Fourth Wheel. Last round again is worth 2 points apiece. So there is a little bit of an opportunity for some teams to move around up there. Our category for our final round is from sea to sea. This is not a geography round. This is a wordplay round. I think you guys will figure it out. If you haven't already figured it out, how this round works, but it's a general knowledge round where every answer will fit that category from sea to sea. So go ahead and get your answer forms ready for round 8. And here we go with question number 1. What General Motors brand is named for the French explorer who founded Detroit, Michigan? Number 1 again, what General Motors brand is named for the French explorer who founded Detroit, Michigan? Question number 2. In an 1897 play, the beautiful Roxanne is the object of desire for what big-nosed title character? Number 2 again, in an 1897 play, the beautiful Roxanne is the object of desire for what big-nosed title character? Question number 3. With a name that means new life, referring to the increased diversity of mammal and bird species, what geological era are we currently living in? Question number 3 again. With a name that means new life, referring to the increased diversity of mammal and bird species, what geologic era are we currently living in? Question number 4. Slavic languages, like Bulgarian and Macedonian, use a writing system based on what alphabet? Number 4 again, Slavic languages, like Bulgarian and Macedonian, use a writing system that's based on what alphabet? Question number 5. The Oxford Companion to Wine describes what white variety from the Loire Valley as, quote, probably the world's most versatile grape? Number 5, again, the Oxford Companion to Wine describes what white variety from the Loire Valley as, quote, probably the world's most versatile grape? Question number 6. Bangui is the capital and largest city in what landlocked nation racked by civil war since 2012? Question 6 again. Bangui is the capital and largest city in what landlocked nation that's been racked by civil war since 2012? And question 7, this is our final question of the night. The Financial News Network was a business-oriented cable channel that aired from 1981 to 1991 when it was acquired by what rival? Question 7 again. The Financial News Network was a business-oriented cable channel that aired from 1981 to 1991 when it was acquired by what rival? So this is the last time of the night that I'm going to put our 2-minute clock on the board here. You got 2 minutes to get your answers in for our final round from C to C. Try to keep that category in mind. And then we will go over our final standings. Thirty seconds left for your round 8 answers. All right, go ahead and get your final round answers turned in to me. Looks like we've got all our answers here. Let's go over our answers here for our final round. From C to C, again, was the category. Looks like everybody figured out what that meant. I just wanted words that start with C and end with C. Number one, what General Motors brand is named for the French explorer who founded Detroit, Michigan? That's Cadillac. I forget his first name. Something that sounds French. Cadillac. Number two, in an 1897 play, the beautiful Roxanne is the object of desire for what big-nosed title character? Several of you got this one right, although I got all kinds of creative spellings. Don't worry about it if you spelled it wrong. But the answer is Cyrano de Bergerac. Cyrano de Bergerac is the answer for number two. Number three, with a name that means new life, referring to the increased diversity of mammal and bird species, what geologic era are we currently living in? That is the Cenozoic era. Cenozoic. Number four, Slavic languages like Bulgarian and Macedonian use a writing system based on what alphabet? That's the Cyrillic alphabet. Cyrillic is the answer for number four. Same alphabet as they use in Russian. Number five, the Oxford Companion to Wine describes what white variety from the Loire Valley as probably the world's most versatile grape? That would be Chenin Blanc. Chenin Blanc is the answer for number five. Number six, Bangui is the capital and largest city in what landlocked nation racked by civil war since 2012? Just a couple of people got this one, I think. But that is Central African Republic. Central African Republic starts and ends with C. And number seven, everybody got the last one. The Financial News Network was a business-oriented cable channel that aired from 1981 to 1991 when it was acquired by CNBC. CNBC, the answer for number seven. As usual, I'm going to make the first answer to our final round the promo code for the night, or for the week rather. So you will be able to go to parsonsnorth.com and enter the code Cadillac to get 10% off your next online order, whether it's for carryout or delivery, sometime between now and our next trivia game next week. Cadillac spelled with one D, two L's, Cadillac. You can go listen to that song where they spell it out over and over. I forget who sings that. But if you need the reminder, Cadillac is going to be the promo code. Let's check in with our final standings here tonight. We did have two perfect scores that round. Unfortunately for everybody except the team who was leading, fortunately for them, Fourth Wheel was one of those two teams. So Fourth Wheel and Deep Fried Varmint both got 14 out of 14. Let's see where our final standings ended up. So they were our top two teams. Come on, computer, you can do it. There we go. So Fourth Wheel with 59 points, Deep Fried Varmint with 57 points, Tycho with 55 points, E-Bright and E-Dumb also finishing above 50 points. So lots of high scores tonight. Congratulations to our winners. Before I let you go here, I will ask you a bonus question for next week. So here is next week's bonus question. You should see that picture on your screen. The question is, the photographer responsible for that image that you see on your screen there served for 37 years on the board of directors of what nonprofit organization? So I'm going to leave that up on the screen for a couple of minutes so you all have a chance to either think about it or copy it down or take a screenshot or do whatever you have to do. We'll also try to get that on our social media. Don't forget, if you feel like submitting a photo of your trivia at home setup, you can send that to info@parsonsnorth.com. Congratulations again to our winners, Fourth Wheel. Don't forget to get your orders in for next week. And I'll see you guys next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Thanks for playing, everybody. Bye.